adventures.
Greetings all. Well, the saga of the new Glock 20 Gen 5 continues. As many of you know, I had problems the first time I took that Glock 20 out and had 3 different jams. 2 of them were with Underwood coated hard cast 200 grain, and another one was with S&B just range ammo. Well, got in a big argument with Chuck. He just put out his video where we couldn't get it to jam, so I'm actually really happy with that. But Chuck told me you always read your manual and clean your gun right out of the box before you shoot it. You clean and lube it. He has swung me to that argument because he insisted we do that. I thought I kind of wanted to do it anyways, so we stopped at Sportsman's Warehouse. I got some Lucas cleaner and some Lucas gun oil, and it was 1 degree, probably below 0 with the wind chill. We were kind of worried because the cleaner almost looked like it was freezing on the gun, but the oil was not water-based, so that's good for cold temperatures. So we cleaned and lubed it, and we could not get that thing to jam. I will run some of the footage here.
Now let's do a couple mags of the S&B. It slams shut by itself too. Check this out, Chuck.
That's not good.
My finger is freezing. It's so cold out here.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but when your finger's freezing and the trigger reset's different than a normal Glock.
Yeah. I still like the trigger better than Gen 4. Well, it just needed to be cleaned. It's running now.
Yeah, I told you.
Idiot.
The only issue Chuck and I both have is the shorter or the longer reset on that new Gen 5 trigger. Sometimes we would outrun it, so we wouldn't realize that it hadn't reset. That happened once to each of us, but no jams. And Chuck was hoping to make it jam since he saw it happen in my video. He loaded all kinds of hard stuff. Another full mag of 200 grain hard cast from Underwood. He even tried 220 grain loads from Underwood, which if anything would have made it jam. That would have. His SIG ammo is the hottest factory range ammo you can get. XTP hollow points, just everything. He even tried his hand loads, and he was rapid firing. We could not get that sucker to jam, so I'm actually happy about that. I do apologize to Glock. It was so weird. It could have been one of 3 things that made that Glock 20 jam. First of all, it could have been what Chuck said. You always clean packing oil and the grit that comes with a newly manufactured pistol. You always clean that before you fire. He swung me to that argument. I'm going to start doing that every time now. However, I do have to say that when he opened the slide up and looked at it, he was like, man, it doesn't look like there's any gunk in there. It really doesn't look like it needs to be cleaned. So Chuck even said that. We cleaned it, and I still stand by my statement that a Glock specifically, other guns, yeah, always clean them. I clean them regardless when I first get them, but a Glock should run out of the box without being cleaned, just because they're designed that way. Very loose tolerances. They can get muddy and everything and still work. So I do stand by that. However, I am going to start cleaning my Glocks because that seemed to work. So that could have been it. It also could have been the really tight spring tension. We compared it to our Gen 4s, and the slide spring, recoil spring was way more. The slide spring was harder to pull back. It was definitely more tension. There's the timing between the mag springs with some of the heavier loads and then the recoil spring. So it could have been the springs got worked in, and that's a possibility. The third possibility is interesting. It could have been an ammo issue. And I exclusively was firing S&B, Cellar and Belliot, whatever, full metal jacket, and we found a cracked case. And none of us have reloaded any S&B, but we found this cracked case. I'll put it up here. So it's really interesting. It definitely could have been an ammo issue because, like I said, we could not get that thing to jam, and we tried. And I'm happy about it because now I can say after this last testing, I will take the Gen 5 Glock 20 out in the woods. It's got better ergonomics. I like the front serrations. I can put an optic on it. I like everything about it. And now I feel it's reliable. So we'll continue to test it. There was another channel that did a 1,000-round test of Underwood ammo, and he had problems with his. However, after cleaning it, I'm a lot more confident with this Glock 20, and I think it's a winner. So my apologies to Glock for not reading the manual and cleaning it before I shot it. But like I said, I feel like that's not necessary to do, but regardless, I'm going to start doing it now. So let me know what you guys think. It's a pretty interesting mystery, but the good news is my Glock 20 is running. So before I had said I wouldn't recommend it over a Gen 4. Chuck still prefers his Gen 4 over the Gen 5. I now like the Gen 5, and I do recommend it. I think people should get it, carry it in the woods. Just make sure yours is reliable, clean it. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time.